Okay, first let me introduce myself. So myself, Lakshman. I have a total 15 years of experience. The 15 years of experience into which technologies? Mostly these we call as releases or versions. I worked on EBS 11i, R12. Now I am working on Fusion R13 we call. So this is how the Oracle applications evolved. So first they introduced 11i. There were different technologies Oracle introduced prior to 11i also, but you no need to count all those. These are outdated. Even 11i are outdated. So 99% clients are not using. Very few clients you can see who became very premium clients for Oracle. For them, Oracle is still supporting, or else Oracle is not delivering the product related to 11i and they are not supporting any clients on 11i. And release 12, EBS release 12. Many projects are happening now, and the companies who implemented EBS R12 still they are continuing with EBS. Now the big boom in the market is Fusion. You can call it as Fusion Cloud. How we can call as a Fusion or Cloud? So on what base, what are the points we have to understand? We'll discuss all those points. So this is all about myself. When we talk about our training schedule or classes, the timings are going to be 8:30. You can take as 8 a.m. IST to 9:30 a.m. IST. After a few classes, we will prepone it to 7 o'clock so that we can get more room space to run the classes, because these are not regular weekend classes. So we'll prepone it to 1 hour or 2 hours based on your flexibility. If we can spend 2 to 3 hours in every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be able to complete 5 to 6 hours discussions, so that we will be able to complete the course within max 3 months time. So as of now, these are the schedules. Maybe after a few classes, we'll just connect and discuss and we'll prepone. That would be like 1 hour or 2 hours, we can decide. And when we talk about days, it's going to be only Saturday and Sunday, weekend batch. So that's all about timings and the days, and we will prepone the timings after a few classes. And when we are planning to learn this course, you have two options. You have two options when it comes to your learning. The one is you can attend live classes. The second option is you can get on-demand videos. So in fact, you will get these on-demand videos even if you attend live classes. The on-demand videos means the videos what we recorded from the previous classes, you can get those and you'll get access to the Fusion environment. You can play those videos and you can practice. If you have any questions, I would be available. We can have a quick call and we can discuss if you have any issues. That's how you can go ahead with your practice. Even if you are planning to continue in this batch, still you can obtain these on-demand videos. Once you subscribe this course, you will start getting current batch videos after completing every session. Every session video you will get on the same day. We will share with you through Google Drive, which are downloadable. The videos you can download and you can keep with you permanently. Along with that, you will get on-demand videos, the complete set of videos from previous batch. So these are the two options which you can avail. Now, so any questions here in this area, please? No questions. Now let's jump into what our course all about and what are the points we have to understand before we start with this. Our course name is Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials. From this course, we are going to learn applications. By this time, we know many applications and we are using many applications. Those applications are WhatsApp, Facebook, and you can take Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. These all are different applications. Those all meant for specific purpose. And those applications are, it's very simple. The purpose also very limited. If you take example of WhatsApp application, it got very limited scope when it comes to usage. With WhatsApp, you can send messages and you can share the images and you can have voice call or video call and so on. So you cannot use it WhatsApp for more than those. It got very limited functionality, you can say. If you take Facebook, again, it got very limited functionality, mostly to share some post. It's all about responding, liking, sharing. That's a small actions which we do against the post. The primary purpose is kind of communication. It is resembling like WhatsApp. The way the content what we deal is different. The same is applicable for Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, so on so. Almost purpose the same, the content and the way may be different. Since these all applications are pretty simple applications, you don't need any training to understand and to use it. We never took training to use Facebook, Twitter, or WhatsApp. We just started and we started as a trial and error approach. We tried just if something is it doesn't know, like we are trying around and we are just getting into that and we started using. When we talk about Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials applications, these applications are not kind of piece of cake. You have to understand thoroughly. The reason is these applications are not for some sort of communication like other applications what we discussed. These applications purely for business purpose. When we talk about business, we have to see many things in big picture. How business takes place, we don't know. If you are into business, okay, you can catch many things. But how the organization run their business, which departments are involved, for what purpose, how the communication takes place across the department, what exact activities they do within the department, and what business processes they follow as per their nature of business. These all points we have to understand. These all you can understand by going through Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials applications. When we learn these applications, we will come to know all those business processes, how business takes, because Oracle designed and developed all these applications to meet global business requirements. Let any company or any country client use these applications, these will be best fit for that company. That's how these applications got a capability. So we'll understand one by one very soon. Just I'm trying to address the Oracle Fusion Cloud Oracle Fusion Cloud financials are related to applications. These are all related to applications. Within Oracle Fusion Cloud financials, we have a set of applications. If you say social media, there are set of applications. You can take Facebook, you can take kind of Twitter, LinkedIn, even some sort of classification is different. Still, you can take into the same bucket. Social media applications, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. You can group all these. You can group all these and you can say social media applications. In the same way, here we are calling as financials applications. Those all applications are dealing with social media related content activities. Now, these all applications are going to deal with financials matters related to company. We'll just dig into more detail. First, let me pick what each and every word to understand, to define the meaning of Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials applications. The first term here we have to understand is Oracle. So what is the meaning of Oracle? When you talk about Oracle, you can say Oracle means database. Oracle is nothing but database. The other side, you can say it's a company. The company called as Oracle came into the market, entered into market with a database concept, and for the database they given the same name. The company name only they are using for their database product. So that's how the Oracle defines their product name as well as company name also. When you look at the term called as Oracle, we have a meaning for that. Okay, we can abbreviate it by saying within the Oracle, the O stands for Oak Ridge, R stands for relational, A stands for arithmetic, C stands for computing, L stands for logical, E stands for engine. Okay, Oak Ridge, relational, arithmetic, computing, logical engine. Okay, so this is the acronym of Oracle word. So it defines the meaning of database. Okay, relational, arithmetic, computing, logical engine. These are the capabilities of database. So this is what we have to understand when you look at the term called as Oracle. Somebody is going to say, what does it mean by Oracle? You can say it's one of the database, one of the popular database in the market. If you want to represent the company, yes, even you can say Oracle is the company name. This is what we have to understand when we come across the term Oracle. And what is the meaning of applications? What is the meaning of applications? Say application, I'm taking singular. When you talk about application, any application you can take, for example, it may be WhatsApp or Facebook. So how the applications can be managed? How the applications are composed? What are the different components within the application? So very primarily, for any application, you take any application, there will be database. If you want to store the data in the database, you should know one language called as SQL. If you know SQL language, you can interact with the database. You can store the data and you can retrieve the data and you can manipulate the data. But you should know the language called as SQL. If you want to work in IT, you should know one language called as English. If you know English in IT, you can interact with anyone who are into IT, because it's a very basic need. It's a very basic stuff which you require to sustain in IT world. In the same way, if you want to interact with any database, we need one language called as SQL. If you know SQL language, you can interact. If you don't know SQL language, you cannot interact with the database. Who knows SQL language, they will be in the position to interact, others not. But it is little challenging and bit complex process. Say I have a 10 suppliers. I want to store 10 suppliers data into my database. I have to write SQL syntax. I have to write SQL statements. With SQL syntax or statements, I can interact with database. Just to load 5 suppliers, it may take 30 minutes time for me, because everything I have to program. I have to follow the rules and the guidance of how to write the syntax. So it's a big task and big headache for every company for any sort of activity which they are going to deal with the database. Since this became very tough job, what companies started doing is, or let's talk about Oracle only, what Oracle did is, instead of writing SQL queries to store the data in the database, they created pages. So they named it as a supplier page. Within the page, they are providing supplier name, one field, supplier address, and supplier contact details, and whatever the information we require related to supplier, the complete information to capture, they are providing the fields. We are very much aware of how the data can be entered digitally nowadays. So they provided pages, and if you want to create invoice page, one more page. If you want to create the payment page, this is how Oracle started developing the pages. Now all these pages, they connected to database. They connected to database. Every page they connected to database. Inside of the database, you can find always tables. Within the database, always you'll find the tables. You may have one table for supplier data, another table maybe for invoices, one more for payments. If you are going to write SQL queries, it's a big task. But if you get very smart page, easily you can go and enter the data in that. You don't need any SQL skill. If you can read basic English, whatever written in that page, you can see that, you can understand, and in which field what you have to enter, you can enter. So that's how the solution is simplified. So for every page, you can have a separate table also. For every page, you can have a separate table, and you will be able to perform the activities. Means you can store the data in the database. Now solution is very simplified. The purpose of database is to store the data. If there are no pages, you have to write the SQL queries, then only you can store. If pages are available, anyone can go and enter the data in the database. By using the pages, we are storing the data in the database. What about reports? You want to see how many suppliers are created today or in this month. how many invoices are created today or in this week, and how many payments are processed today. This is your business requirement. If you want to see the data which is available in the database, we use the concept called as reports. We use the concept called as reports. By using the reports, you can see the data. Report. By using pages, we are storing the data in the database. Whatever the data is available in the database, if you want to see the data, you can extract the data through reports concept. To input the data into database, use pages. To extract the data, to view the data, you can view the data with the concept called as reports. So by using reports, you can see the data. If you want to see the data, first data should be available in the database. For that, you can use the pages. The combination of pages, reports, and database we call as application. You take any application, WhatsApp. We got some user interface. Once you open WhatsApp, there will be chat window, and there will be separate window for voice calls, and separate window for video calls, and separate window for status setup, and separate window for settings, separate window for so and so. There we got pages, those you can call as pages. Since those are part of mobile app, those are visible in the different fashion. But you can call those still as a kind of pages or kind of screens. The same way here also, you can find the application. And whenever you use that any application, definitely data will go and sit in the database. Every page is connected to database, and it will get stored in the database in your account. And if any data you want to view, you don't have an option to run the reports. But as a Facebook company, they can run the report. If they want to see how many new users are subscribed to Facebook today, they can run the reports. They can fetch their data from database. They can see that. And how many posts are submitted at so and so point of time. If they want to know, they can run the reports. For anything they want to know about the data, they use the report concept. So this is the meaning of application. This is how Oracle also built Oracle related applications. So which applications and all we will discuss, but just take this point. Fine. Application means there should be database, and to store the data in the database, we need pages, or you can call as forms. And whatever the data are storing in the database through these forms, to view the data, we need reports. The combination of these three components, I'm calling it as a components. The pages, one component, database is another component, report is other component. The combination of these three components we call as application. You take any application for the matter. This is how it is available. There is no other way. Database, some interface to enter the data, nothing but pages, user interface, and reports to view the data. That's all. That is a game of application. Now, what are the many applications Oracle is delivering? From Oracle side, there are around 300 applications which can be used by businesses. By understanding wide range of business practices and industries and global requirements, Oracle designed and developed around 300 applications. Around 300 applications over the period of this 20 to 30 years. So initially Oracle started as a database company, and they found the potentiality of the applications in the market. They became very successful with the database concept, and they made a plan. Why can't we get into application side? And initially they developed only one application. So that became more successful. Then they launched many applications. We will discuss which application they developed very beginning, how they evolved from that one applications to till this around 300 applications. We'll come to know all those points. So that is the meaning of application. Now, here we are discussing about financials. We are discussing about financials. So there are set of applications which falls under financials. Okay, there are set of applications which falls under financials. When you talk about financials applications, those are these. Just you can take a note. Later we will go through more detail level. Since it's a very introduction kind of discussions, I don't want to get into insights of each and every application. Just I will light on each and every application. We'll have a detailed discussions once we pick that topic. So as a part of financials, we have set of applications from Oracle. Which applications we have? Those applications we can take as Oracle Fusion Accounts Payable. This is one of the application. AP. Please make a note. We no need to understand anything now. Just let's try to get introduced to this new terminology if you are not aware of. The other application name is
Lakshman, quick question. What does fusion mean there?
I'll explain everything. I'm coming one by one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oracle we discussed. Now we discussed about meaning of application, and now we are working on financials. After understanding what is the meaning of financials, we'll jump into what does it mean by fusion. There are many points which you have to understand. So we'll talk about fusion. After understanding what is a fusion, we'll see what is a cloud. Okay. We'll go one by one. Another application is Oracle Fusion Accounts Receivable. Yeah. And one more you can take as Oracle Fusion Fixed Assets. FA. Short name is FA. And one more is Oracle Fusion Cash Management. CM. Oracle Fusion Cash Management. Another key application is Oracle Fusion General Ledger application. GL. These are the different applications which falls into financials bucket. When we talk about social media, there are many applications are falling in that bucket. In case of finance, these are the core applications. See, when we talk about social media applications, there is a huge number of applications, but which are famous, which are popular, we always talk about those 4 or 5 applications. The same way from financials also, these are the core applications. So along with that, we will learn things related to finance from Oracle Fusion Expense application, Oracle Fusion Tax application. But these are primary. These are kind of miscellaneous. If required, we use, otherwise no. These are the core applications when you talk about finance. So what we can do by using each and every application? Always think when you say application, Oracle is providing one application for one department. The business world, you could see definitely one department called as payables department, receivables department, asset department, cash department. some reporting or common department. Okay, and expense you may have separate department for expense management. You may not find tax department, but that is a one functional area in the business. So for every department, mostly Oracle is giving one application. By using that application, the department can record their day-to-day business transactions data, and they can process how reality they are running the business. They are going to replicate in the system what physically they are doing in the business. They purchased what they purchased, they record in the system. They sold what they sold, they record in the system. What happened in the business? One purchase activity, one sales activity. Those two will reflect in the system. So with these applications, what companies are trying to do? They are trying to replicate. They are trying to copy what physically they are doing, virtually they are copying into system environment. And what process they are following? Say they purchased and they are paying. First step is purchasing, second step is paying. The same they'll record in the system. That is nothing but process. The steps what you execute in certain series, that we call as process. By using these applications, that is possible. You did some activity, yes, record. You did some sequence of activities, you record. That's what we call as process. By using these applications, you can record specific department related activities as well as the process which is involved in that department. For that purpose, we can use these applications. We get insight about these applications later. Now we are very early to discuss all those points. I don't want to confuse anyone. Let me introduce each and every application with very, very key activities, what purpose we use these applications. If I talk about Oracle Fusion Accounts Payable, very primarily, I'm not saying this is what, that's all. I'm saying very primarily, the very key activities are creating purchase invoice and making the payment. These two are very key activities which you can do or which you can record by using Oracle Fusion Accounts Payable application. Within Oracle Fusion Accounts Payable application, very primarily you can record the purchase invoice and you can make the payment. What does it mean by purchase invoice? It's very simple. When you purchase from supplier, you have to record those details to make the payment. If you are not maintaining the details, you purchase from which supplier and what you purchased, I mean to say which item you purchased, how much quantity you purchased, and when you have to pay and where you have to send the payment, how you have to make the payment. Are you going to pay through cash or check or bank transfer? These are all the details we have to maintain in the system by using the concept called as purchase invoice. Once we arrive the due date for that invoice, we have to make the payment. So the payables department responsibility is maintaining the purchase invoices and processing the payment. So for payables department, Oracle is offering Oracle Fusion Accounts Payable application. By using this application, any company related payables department can capture their purchase invoices and payments. And now we'll move on to a receivables application, Oracle Fusion Accounts Receivable. So for this application can be used by receivables department in the companies. What are the primary activities or what are the key tasks can be performed by this receivables department? The receivables department is responsible to create sales invoices and receipts. Sales invoices and receipts. So when we sell something to any customer, that we have to capture so that we can follow up and we can get the payment. So within the sales invoice, we record to which customer we sold, what is the customer address, how much time we are giving to the customer to make the payment, nothing but payment terms, which item we sold, how much quantity, and what is the total amount customer has to pay, and when we are going to ship that material to that customer, and where we are going to send the bill to customer. All the details you can capture as a part of sales invoice. Since you are selling and you are sending the invoice to the customer, that you can call as sales invoice, or else you can call it as customer invoice also. You are billing to the customer. Customer purchased from you and you are sending the invoice. That is sales invoice. And receivables department or collection department will follow up the customer to ensure we get payment on time without any delays. So there will be team to follow up so that customer may pay. When we receive the payment from customer, that we record as a receipt or call it as cash receipt or call it as customer payment. All are same. These are different terms to refer the same. So by using Oracle Fusion accounts receivable application, we can create sales invoices and we can record the receipts. That is the purpose of Oracle Fusion accounts receivable application we are going to learn. The next application is Oracle Fusion fixed assets. Within the name, you can identify the purpose, fixed assets. As an organization, when you run the business, we need many assets to use in the business in, day out. To run the business, you need office space. That is one of the assets. Doesn't matter it's a own or leased. That is one of the assets you are using to run your business. And you need furniture, you need computers, and based on nature of business, you may need vehicles, plant, machinery, many things. These all we treat as fixed assets to organization. Those are fixed assets. So if it is a cash, it is not fixed assets. It is not fixed. Okay. So other than this cash and all, whatever we have, whatever physically, mostly whatever you can see physically, those all we call as fixed assets, which we use for long period. Okay, where you can take some benefit for the organization to run the business. This all you can call as fixed assets. When we talk about fixed assets, within these fixed assets, what we can do is we can record all the fixed assets. What are the fixed assets the organization is using to run their business? And when we use that fixed assets, you take example, one organization has vehicle. That is one of the fixed assets for the organization. Now the vehicle cost is 10,000 rupees, 10 lakhs rupees, 10 lakhs rupees. After 1 year, if you look at the same vehicle and if you do the evaluation, you may find out the current price of the vehicle as maybe 9 lakhs or 8 lakhs or only 7 lakhs. In our books, we have to update the same information as depreciation. You are reducing the value. The time to time, or maybe based on the usage, by following the different parameters, you have to reduce the value. Take example of land. You have land which is worth of 1 CR. Maybe by next year, there could be appreciation in the land. Appreciation. So now it is 1 CR. Within 2 years, it may turn into 2 CR. So value is appreciation. But most of the assets value you don't see as appreciated. Always it will be depreciated. Only for land or few other areas, you may find appreciation. So mostly it's a depreciation. The value will come down. Anything. You purchase computers, now you spend 2 lakhs, and by next year, maybe that if you do the evaluation, you can find 2 lakhs as only 1,50,000. Later, it may be 1,20,000. After 3-4 years, maybe just 50,000. So since you are using, accordingly you have to do the valuation to that asset, the right value you have to find, and the remaining you have to represent in the books as a value is decreased, nothing but depreciated, decreased, depreciated. So by using Oracle Fusion fixed assets, we can record what assets we have. Those we call as fixed assets. All the assets you can maintain and you can calculate the depreciations. So this is the purpose of Oracle Fusion fixed assets. By using Oracle Fusion fixed assets FA application, you can create the fixed assets and you can calculate depreciation. So these are very primary activities. Along with these activities, you can do many other activities as a part of business. Those will come to know once we start working on one by one. For now, you have to understand the key purpose of each and every application. I'm addressing very core activities. And we have another application called as Oracle Fusion Cash Management. Oracle Fusion Cash Management. By using Oracle Fusion Cash Management, we can maintain bank accounts. We can maintain the bank accounts and we can do the bank statement reconciliation, which we call as BRS. That we will get into that concept maybe after some time when we discuss about the basic business flows or basic business processes in any business, the standard business processes in any business. When you talk about that, there I'll just take you more detail level. For now, you take only point as bank accounts. So we use cash management application to maintain bank accounts. Which bank accounts? The bank accounts which are owned by company, or else the bank accounts may be related to our suppliers and customers. Any bank accounts. So any bank account related information you can maintain in the cash management. That may be our bank account. If we are going to use Oracle Fusion applications, our internal bank accounts. And sometimes those may be our supplier bank accounts or customer bank accounts. Based on the process what you are handling, accordingly you can use the different parties of bank accounts. So take this point as of now. Later I'll add few more items to cash management for our detailed understanding. And another application is Oracle Fusion General Ledger. By using Oracle Fusion General Ledger application, you can prepare reports. You can prepare the reports. Those reports we call as financial reports. We can prepare the financial reports. So we are recording the data in the different applications. This is all the data what we have in the different applications. We pull into Oracle Fusion General Ledger. In Oracle Fusion General Ledger, we don't create any business transactions. The business transactions always we create in the respective department. If anything happens in payables, we record in the payables. If something happens in receivables, we record in the receivables. Any activity in the assets, we record in the asset application. And this is how we have to record any business activity in the relevant department only. Relevant department means for each department, Oracle is offering one application. By using that application, you can record the department specific activities. And once the data is ready in all the applications, in payables, purchase invoice and payments, in receivables, invoices and receipt, that's how in every application you can see the good amount of data. To produce the reports based on the data, you have to pull the data into GL application. From all those applications, you will push the data to GL application, or you can say from GL, you can pull it. After pulling the data into GL, by using that complete total data, what variety of reports you want to generate, you can generate. You can generate any variety of reports as per your business. If you keep the data in every applications, if you are not bringing into one centralized place to consolidate the data, to club, to merge the data, you will lose the opportunity of preparing the reports. Take simple example, you have a data in the accounts payable. There hardly you can create reports which talks about how much you spent, nothing but purchase invoices, how much you paid. If you want to generate any reports in the receivables application, you can create two different type of reports. One is related to sales, how much sales you did, how much amount you received from your customers. That's all. If you want to prepare the report, how much revenue I got, how much I spent, what is my profit. You need data from payables and receivables. You may need from other sources also, but very primarily in payables, you can see how much you spend. In receivables, you can see how much you earned, the revenue you got. Sales invoice means you will get, you are talk about revenue. Purchase invoice means you talk about spendings. So if you get purchase invoice information from payables, sales invoice information from receivables into general ledger application, you can find the variance between the revenue and expense, that is your profit. So that is the reason from all the different application, we bring the data into centralized place, that is general ledger application, so that you will be able to produce the reports as per your business requirements or as per your reporting requirements, you can say. So that is the purpose we use general ledger application. The other application you could see as fusion expense. By using this fusion expense, the employees can book their expenses. Take the case, employee spent 1,000 rupees from his or her pocket. And as per company policy, if they spend certain amount from their pocket for so and so purpose, they can claim and they can get that amount back from the company. First, you may spend from your pocket, then you can claim it. Nothing but you can reimburse. Company will reimburse. You can submit for reimbursement process. Sometimes company may give you advance also. That also can be handled. So if any employee is going to book their expenses, that expenses you can record by using fusion expense application. That is separate application meant for only expenses, employee expenses. Business related expenses are different from employee related expenses. So for that purpose, we can use employee expense application. The other application is Oracle Fusion Tax. Say you are going to implement this fusion applications for one of the client who is based out in US. Now, as per US, you have to calculate the tax. If you take example of US, if you are doing the business in US, you have to calculate location-based taxes. You have to, the tax is applicable different levels. If you are running the business in US and if you are selling or if you are purchasing within the US, you have to pay certain taxes at state level and county level and city level. These are the three levels taxes are applicable. In US, taxes doesn't happen entire country level. The three levels taxation takes place, and if you want to calculate the tax, how you require. Take example, Europe countries. In Europe countries, say I'm taking UK. If you are calculating the tax, if you are doing the business in UK and if you are calculating the tax, you no need to calculate the tax various levels. There it is very straightforward. Country level taxation. You are doing the business in so and so country, don't worry. Again, within that country in which zone or which region, where exactly you are doing, you don't need to bother about when it comes to taxation. Set country level. If country is UK, so this is the tax. If country is some kind of Italy, this is a tax. If country is France, this is a tax. This is how you can set the tax within the Europe in any country, so that whenever you record the transaction, system will understand, okay, the transaction is being recorded for the country Italy. In Italy, this is the taxation we have. This is the tax applicable. That's how system got a capability of creating the tax. For that purpose, we use Oracle Fusion Tax. By using Oracle Fusion Tax, you can calculate the tax. You can calculate the tax by using the Fusion Tax as per the country tax complaints, tax rules, as per the country tax rules. So how you calculate tax in India, it's different from US. How you calculate the tax in Canada, it's different from Austin, what I can say, like Europe. So this is how just the taxations are different country to country. The tax complaints, the tax rules are different. The levels, do we need to, for in one country one taxation, or in the same country the different states or counties or different geography levels, different taxation. Accordingly, you should be able to calculate the tax. For that, we use the application called as Oracle Fusion Tax. By using Oracle Fusion Tax, you can calculate the tax whenever you record the transactions in these applications. Say you are creating purchase invoice in the payables, tax is applicable. That you have to set up by using Fusion Tax, so that Fusion Tax take care of tax calculations. When you set the Fusion Tax, so it will start keep watching where tax is applicable, in which scenario tax is applicable. Wherever tax scenario comes into picture, it will trigger the tax calculation and automatically tax calculation takes place. So for that purpose, we use this Oracle Fusion Tax application. So these 5 you can call as core applications. Apart from that, the Fusion Expense, Fusion Tax, and so on, so other applications if required we use, otherwise no. Okay, these 5 are core. After completing this course, you should be able to showcase this minimum these 5. Okay, this minimum these 5 you should be able to showcase in your CV, so that your profile will get more weightage, so that it would be easy transition for you. And along with this, if you are going to use these applications, if you want to use these applications for your company, you need few other application support also. And before we get into this, why we are calling these 5 applications are core financial applications. Remember the terminology, core financial applications. So why we are calling as core financial applications? If you look at each and every application, every application is dealing with the money. Money means finance. Take accounts payable, there we are dealing with the money. We are making the payment to suppliers. If you take accounts receivable, we are receiving the payment from customers. In case of fixed assets, we have assets which you can convert easily into cash. There also finance is coming into picture. When we talk about cash management, so it's very pure finance, bank accounts. Within the bank accounts, always you find funds. So cash management also dealing with the finance related matters. Finally, from all the applications, data we will send to general ledger application. That means think. Payment data will come to financials. Receipt data will come to financials. The bank account related balances information will come to general ledger application. And The asset data also will come to general ledger application as a finance data. Along with that, rest of data also will get, but where exactly finances matter, we are discussing. So that's how everything will get into general ledger application. It means these all applications are dealing with financials data or finance related activities. That is the reason the applications which are dealing with the finance related matters, those applications we are somebody started drawing. Please don't touch any tools. It's my request. Since all these applications are dealing with financials, finance matters of company, these applications we are calling as financials applications. The same way, which applications are dealing with social related data, those we are calling as social media applications. The applications which are dealing with money, those applications we are calling as financials applications. In the same way, there are different group of applications within our Oracle applications. Like we discussed financials. So which applications are dealing with the finance related data, those applications we are calling as financials. Those are these five we call as core financials applications. These five we call as core finance applications. So these five we call as core finance applications. Fine. And along with the financials, there are many other applications. We have SCM. SCM stands for supply chain management. We have procurement applications, PPM applications, project portfolio management, and CRM. And we have HCM. Human capital management. There are many other EPM, many other areas of applications we have. You don't need to get into all this. Let's try to understand this. So when you say financials, within the financials, we have a set of applications. The same way, if you look at SCM, supply chain management, you will find applications, few set of applications, which will support the organization supply chain management process. If you take example of procurement, to execute your company procurement related activities, we have a set of applications. If you are doing the projects, your organization is project driven organization, always you do every activity as a project and you deliver some services or you deliver some value or you deliver some outcome of some physical asset to your customers, that you can manage by using the PPM applications, project portfolio management. You can just you can implement the solution for your project management purpose. And CRM, customer relationship management. Okay, to deal with your customers, you can use the customer CRM application. There are set of applications inside of it. HCM, human capital management. When you deal with the people, okay, so recruiting the people, one application, maintaining the people, another application, payrolls, processing salaries for the employees, another application, for employee benefits and competence of employees, another application, and different applications for different purposes. The employee timesheet recording, one application. So by combining, by clubbing very relevant applications, we are taking these names. All applications which deals with the finance matters, we are calling as finance application. All the applications which deals with SCM, supply chain management related process, those we call as SCM. The applications which are dealing with the procurement related activities, we are calling as procurement applications, the applications which deals with the project related activities, we call as PPM applications, and so on. So this is what we have to understand. And in upcoming sessions, we will understand SCM means which applications, procurement means what, PPM means what, and the other applications, HCM means exactly what, we will come to know. For now, you just take these titles. So these all you can call as different product families. These are different. See, you can say accounts payable is one of the application. In other words, you can say it's one of the product. Accounts receivable is one of the application, or nothing wrong if you call it as a product. So now I can say these 5R products or these 7R products. These all are very relevant. These all we use for the purpose of capturing and managing finance related data, money related data. So we grouped all these into financials. In the same way, there are many groups: SCM group, procurement group, PPM group, CRM, HCM group. These are different groups. In these groups, who are the members? Applications are the members. Relevant. You see, like you find different page WhatsApp groups. Every group will get some purpose. Okay. So like-minded people will be part of one group. In the same way, applications also. I could see somebody raised hand. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll complete just a few more points and I'll wait and I'll take your questions. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So these all we call as different group of applications, different groups which contains different applications. Finance group, SCM group, and procurement group. These are the different groups. As per our applications, instead of calling as groups, these we call as product families. Product family means group of applications which are very relevant in the business process. See, I cannot take payroll applications into financials. If I take payroll application to financials, by grouping payroll application with finance, I should not name it as finance or HCM. If I name it as finance, but your HCM application is part of it. If I call it as HCM, your finance applications are part of it. This is how we have to segregate the applications we are using for what purpose, what data can be managed by using these applications. Accordingly, you have to segregate and maintain. We have to segregate and maintain. This is what we have to understand. So this all we call as product families. All we call as product families. So out of these, there are many other product families also, but whatever I listed, these are very top product families. Out of all, to be honest, finance is the number one. Take any company, they need finance applications. If they are into supply chain management, they go with the supply chain management. If the company is dealing with the products, then only supply chain management is required. If the company is into financial services, they don't need supply chain management. They don't need procurement. They don't need something else. Definitely they need financials. You take any industry. Take industry like service industry or automobiles or textiles or some engineering or real estate and pharma and medical, hospitality. Take any industry. Everywhere finance is backbone. So finance is mandatory. Rest totally depends. If you are going to implement these fusion applications for one of the company who are into project driven organization, everything they do as a project. Okay, take GMR. Okay, take GMR or take L&T. So those organizations, they have a segmentation of project management. They handle projects. Such kind of organization, you may use PPM applications. For other organizations, not required. But any organization, what is mandatory is finance. So what we are going to learn, the course is financials, which got huge demand in the market. And these are the different product family. Each product family you can treat as a one course for our better understanding. Okay, each product family you can treat as a one course. That's how we have a courses when you learn. That's how we have a roles when you work. So if you learn financials, you will work as Oracle Fusion Financials Consultant. Still, if you want to extend that naming of your title, your role, you can call like this: Oracle Fusion Financials Functional Consultant. You want to include cloud also, nothing wrong, you can include. You will understand what is the meaning of cloud, so that if you love to include, add it, otherwise ignore it. It doesn't make very big difference. Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials Consultant. These all are same. Whatever I am listing out, all are same. Okay. Maybe alternative names, one to other. Here, what is the meaning of functional? If you look at any product, okay, if you look at any product, you take any product, mostly you see three roles. Even you take WhatsApp or Facebook, that is one of the product for that company. To deal with that product, they need minimum three roles. Those are very fundamental key roles. One is functional role. The other one is technical. The third one is admin role, or you can call as DBA. More you can take as DBA. The admin role can be handled by anyone, technical or functional. Take as a DB or admin, no worries. In some scenarios it would be different. Let it be. You take those two terms under one bucket. Now, functional means is very simple. How Facebook is available, we are understanding and we are using. That we call as functional. And behind the scene, Facebook company is developing the different features. Those all are done by technical team. And the complete application deployment and server maintenance can be managed by DBA, database administrator, or apps DBA, application database apps DBA. You can call apps means applications, DBA, database administrator, or admin will take care of all these, the installations and maintenance activities. These are the three key roles if you talk about any software product. Who got high demand means functional. When we are working in any project, it is mandatory the functional consultant should travel to the client location. The functional people easily can get on-site opportunities. So technical team can sit anywhere and they can perform the work. What is the requirement technical functional people can take? They can pass to technical people will get it done and they'll deploy, client will use it. The admin role is very limited. DBA role is very limited. Okay, they have to just take the maintenance of the server. Primarily, there will be a few other activities. This would be very early if I start talking about those roles of the people. But just to understand functional, so I'm talking about these points. Okay. Now, what are the course we are learning? That is a finance. Again, within the finance, not technical, not something else. Functional. Functional means how these applications Oracle designed and developed, we are going to understand. Nothing but in simple words, we are going to learn how to use these applications. Once we use these applications, you will be able to tell to somebody how this can be used. Okay. To keep it very short and sweet, this is what you have to understand. You are going to learn how to use this. Once you learn, you can tell to someone, you can help to someone how to use this. In between, there will be some other stuff that we will discuss once we get into the application. That would be the right time to understand. So this would be the functional role. What we are going to do, we are going to learn how to use these applications, how to create the purchase invoice, how to make the payment by using accounts payable, by using account receivables, how to create sales invoice, how to create receipts. We are going to learn when we are going to record those transactions in the system, we have to do some setups also. What does it mean by setup, etc.? We will talk in upcoming sessions. For now, you take this. The functional people are not going to involve in any coding, no programming, nothing. Okay, we learn one time, we do the same for all the time. But when it comes to technical, so they have to come up with every time the different requirement may come to them, and accordingly they have to program, and they have to go with that logic of the programs and the different. They have to keep upgrade because technologies are always evolving. The client will use which technology and all, it's a matter, and they have to keep updating all the time. Okay, they have to keep updating all the time to stand to meet the current technologies which are available in the market. But functional, it's always fixed. Today or tomorrow or yesterday, payables department does the same. They record purchase invoice, they make the payment. After 100 years also, they will do the same. So this is fixed and again simple. That is our course all about. We are learning functional course where no coding, no installations, no patching, no technical work, pure functional. If you are not aware of to anything IT and all what we call, no worries, no worries. If you are okay with the basic English, that is a big qualification. You should have minimum bachelor degree, irrespective of the stream, I can say, because I am not recommending, that is my experience. I have seen many people who are successfully working as a finance consultant whose background is BTech or MTech or something else, which is not at all relevant, because it is all about you have to see and you have to learn and you have to do it. Okay, learn and do, that's it. So replication, we are going to copy. You are not going to come up with any logics and magics or tactics, etc. So very simple, it's very straightforward. How it is, we are just learning as it is. We are going to use, or we are going to help to someone how to use it. So this is a kind of phenomena we have to understand. This is a situation when you talk about this course. So we are going to do the functional course. But today I'm stopping here. You please stay back. We will discuss if you have any questions. And since these are beginning classes, even we will run the session tomorrow for almost 1 hour 30 minutes. From next weekend onwards, we'll start spending good amount of time. Okay, we'll extend to 2 hours minimum. If we all are flexible, we can extend to 2.5 hours by taking break in between. That's how we can just schedule our discussions so that it would be comfortable for everyone. So I'm done. If you have any questions, you can stay back. We will discuss, and we'll see. First, we'll see. I'll take your questions, and I'm very much comfortable to spend enough time now. Okay, we're done with the session. So if you have any questions, you can, 1 second. If you have any questions, you can stay back. Even if you don't have any questions, just to tune what are the questions, what are the answers, what's going on. To understand all these, you may stay back in this room. So I'm done. If you have any questions, please.
Hey, Lakshman, this is Uday.
Uday, please.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you said that it's basically more or less it's all a functional role from the fusion. And you remember, like Ganesh is asking you what exactly is the fusion like?
I'll cover that. That's what. See, we could not reach that stage, right? To understand all these points, we are standing in this level. Okay, probably you will see what is the meaning of fusion and cloud. These two terms are little buzzwords, and you have to understand from different aspects. So,
R13 is the first version of Fusion Cloud. Can I say that?
sorry,
R13, release 13, is it the first? Is it the first?
not
full
first.
version of-
That is the latest.
That is the latest. Okay.
Latest. Before 12, 13, we have 12. Prior to that, 11. You can go with descending order.
But 11 and all Fusion Cloud, they're not Fusion Cloud, isn't it?
Yeah, those are
Even
EBS.
12 is, even 12 is not Fusion Cloud.
12 is not Fusion Cloud. See,
So that's what I'm saying.
those
13
are
is the
EBS. See, that's what I written. EBS. Please go on mute. Please.
So now, as we said, in the beginning of the class, basically 90%.
No, one second. You don't worry about it. We will go with a detailed discussion. Now, our agenda is to understand the definition of our course name so that you will get meaningful information when you look at that meaning. So what exactly you are going to learn, what we have as a part of it for our better understanding. Once we are comfortable with that, I will explain about that releases and versions.
No, I'm fine with it actually. I'm just asking you other question is when you said, it's more or less 90% is all no DBAs are required. It's basically more or less like
100% DBAs are not required.
Right? Technically, because I'm a hardcore technical actually. So for technical, what exactly, what all I can project, I want to learn functional also. What exactly?
Yeah, see, I got your question. Frankly speaking, there is nothing much for you. And even if something is there, you are not going to work as a dedicated resource for any project. Let's take simple example. In case of EBS, it could be 11 or 12. If you take the case study as we are running 10 projects, you tell me how many technical consultants may require. You just give some rough figure. 10 projects, how many consultants we may require?
For non-fusion, isn't it?
EBS.
Well, for EBS, you need at least, let's suppose you have about 10 projects means, we have multiple modules like APGL, AR and all this stuff.
It depends, like what product families you are implementing accordingly that.
If it's a small project, like it's not definitely you need one functional, definitely you need one technical who can work on reports, interfaces and all that stuff,
Yes.
Yeah, definitely need one technical.
I'll take simple example. If I take example, if we are doing some kind of vanilla implementation without too much of customizations, very basic functionality. So for finance, maybe one consultant, SCM, maybe one consultant, procurement, maybe different consultant. But we need one technical consultant. Sorry, these all are functional. One technical would be enough, right? Depending on workload, we may need more than.
Agreed.
Yeah. Depending on workload, we may need one more.
One or two.
If team size is 10, hardly you may find one or two technical, max 10, 2. Rest of 7, 8 would be functional only for different areas. That is the reality. Now, so that means definitely in every project you need minimum one technical consultant, very minimum. That is the scope for technical. If I take 10 fusion implementation projects, I need 2-3 technical consultants again who are not dedicated. That's it. You can understand the game here. Yeah. Very less demand. You see, since you are into the technical world, you know many people. You're just friends or colleagues or someone. Right? You might have noticed how like the technical roles is helping for the implementation. It is very much limited. In Fusion, we have a SaaS model. Mostly all clients are using SaaS. That we'll discuss in tomorrow's session more detail level. In case of SaaS, you cannot create one new page also. You cannot write some custom procedures. Only what you can do is you can do the interfacing with third party. And you may develop the BA reports. That is a big game you can play. That's all, nothing. Conversions functional people can handle. Oracle changed the way how we do the conversions. In case of EBS, technical is mandatory. Otherwise, no conversions can be done, which is a very big task in every implementation. But here, they changed. Being a functional consultant, we have a kind of process which you have to follow. You will be able to do data conversions without any technical resource. So that's how we have. See, if you have a technical background, so you have to focus on functional if you are planning to work on fusion. Along with that, you may carry your same experience, but how you have to reframe in the fusion, accordingly you can plan. If you want to work on fusion as a in technical areas, learn BIP, business publisher reports, and the integrations. And something like BPM, business process management, which is related to workflows. Okay. And integration cloud, Oracle integration cloud, OIC we call.
OIC.
Yeah, with OIC you can do the integration so that technical side also will be in the demand. But only with the technical profile, you may not be in that much demand.
In demand,
yeah. Many people are trying to convert from EBS technical to fusion. And I have seen few people who converted their profile from EBS technical to fusion technical. Now again, they converted to fusion functional.
Okay.
Because they realized where they are standing. So that is the reason it's always good. You can just jump into some functional area so that you can keep yourself in the very demanding market. You can sell easily yourself.
Oh.
Yeah.
But demand is there. But demand is there.
Always, you see, forget about fusion. Do you find demand for functional people in the project in EBS?
Yes.
Especially you find always demand for finance. Is it true or not?
Yes, you're right.
After finance, everything will come into picture. First finance on. So that's what the same is applicable to fusion, and the emphasizing technical is very less here. But in EBS, along with the functional, it's very much important technical resource. But fusion, very less. Not only Oracle, every product-based companies and technologies are trying to simplify their solution by reducing the technical efforts. You might have noticed there are many technologies, many tools came into market. Those are related to technical, almost they converted into drag and drop and less coding and plug and play kind of solutions they are bringing. Okay, going forward, the technical effort, maybe developing something, technical resource may be required, and to manage something, they are totally converting into functional world. This is what happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine, great, thanks. Any other questions?
Yeah, myself Praveen sir, actually. Yeah, actually we will working as a client as an sourcing, right? So it is a cover any like a physical year and foreign currency. It could be added in this project in this.
Everything we are going to see. You don't need to count anything. What is a part of this fusion financials? We are going to learn everything. And in tomorrow's session, I'll introduce the course curriculum also, detailed course curriculum. There you could see everything. See, we designed this course for the benefit of the aspirants, for sure. So you are doing this course to gain enough skill set to crack the interview and to survive in the company. These are the objects, right? When you are attending this course, these are the objects. First point is you have to gain the skill set. The second thing is you should be able to crack the interview. The third one is you should be able to survive. By keeping these three objects in the mind, we designed this course. When you attend this course, you may not aware what exactly you have to learn with the title called as Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials, but I am very sure what you should learn. Yes. I designed this course, definitely it will benefit.
Yeah, could be fine. Could be.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, this is Mubashir.
Yeah.
One question that I had regarding the BOMs and inventory management. For example, from a manufacturing concern, we purchase some different raw materials and we then convert them into a single finished product. So is it also covered in this Fusion Cloud, or is it for a separate application apart from financials?
Okay, good. Yeah. So our focus is on finance. When we are working on finance, the very neighbor applications are SCM. I'll touch base SCM applications. And when we are focusing on finance, next to finance, SCM, next to SCM, the manufacturing application. That means there is a gap between finance and manufacturing. In between, we have SCM. So you no need to jump from finance to manufacturing. It's quite far away. Even those are neighbor applications. You no need to focus on that, not required. So when we are working on financials application, the basic knowledge everybody will expect you to have on SCM, not on manufacturing. We are not going to cover, not required.
All right.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hey, Lakshman.
Yeah.
Functionality wise, do we have any big difference between R12 and cloud Fusion?
Okay. R12 and Fusion. See, it is like you are living in India. Now just you are migrating to US. What differences you find in the US? Those differences you can find in Fusion when you are moving from EBS to Fusion. That's it. You should know how to navigate, how to deal with. That's all. There is no huge difference.
Okay. And also while means normally projects will do upgradations or simply it will be new implementation.
Re-implementation. If already client is on EBS platform, if they want to move to Fusion, as of now, there is no upgrade option. EBS to Fusion. So they have to perform re-implementation. It means we have to treat EBS as a legacy and Fusion as the current application. We follow always legacy and the Fusion application, that distance we maintain, and we do it as a re-implementation. You know, when we talk about your client is using EBS, it means already solution in place. The same solution we have to align as per Fusion. That's it.
In that case, like in R12, they have a lot of customizations and all, right? So you are saying like in Fusion, we don't have many customizations, right? So
we have. There is a provision to choose it. Being a client, you can choose Oracle Fusion applications with customization, without customization. If you choose without customization, your all customizations what we have on EBS can be invited into Fusion, but we have to redo those. You cannot use as it is. Can be done.
Okay. And normally in any implementation or upgradation, we used to face some challenges, right? Like localizations or some while doing the fixed assets depreciation, some setups are not always, it will not give correct results and all.
Correct.
So those challenges will, so
very
you will
less.
be able to.
Very less here. Reason, everything is very much streamlined. These all the landscape of the servers are managed by Oracle only. All servers are deployed and managed by Oracle. So applications also managed, application services and everything are managed by Oracle. Comparatively, you speak very relatively with EBS in Fusion, the scope of the issues or bugs, the challenges are very, very less. And in tomorrow's session, we'll get into a few other points also. And I can say upgrading from previous to latest is just cakewalk, piece of cake. With one click, Oracle can do it. That sort of options are available. What are those? We will discuss in tomorrow's session. It's easy. The bottom line is very easy.
So in that case, like functional role will be very less, right? Like if we do
Don't say like that.
implementation.
See, functional role is always very, very important. So very vital role. At the time
Vital role, but
one second, don't mind. First point is implementation purpose, consultant is required, right?
Okay.
The second step, support. Support and consultant is required.
Okay.
Only you are finding the situation which is becoming simple for specific event only. Think that. When you are upgrading in EBS, when you upgrade from previous to latest, hardly you may work for 2 months or 3 months as upgrade project. Is it true or not?
Yeah.
That opportunity you may lose, but you will have your job. You have to be in that project. If you are not working on upgrade, anyway you will be working on support.
Okay.
Apart from that, there is no threat. There is a
Yeah.
huge demand. There is huge demand now for cloud, and we no need to think because of cloud, we are losing opportunities or the demand is getting decreased. No, it is as it is, and with a customer satisfaction and for consultant satisfaction also I can say here, because everything runs very smooth. It's like if you are using EBS, it's like you are on the ground. You are traveling on the ground. If you are using the Fusion, you are flying. That's it. Both are its journeys only, but the surface, the space are different. You know, the journey, how it would be, right? On the road and when you fly. That makes the difference between these two.
Yes, earlier, I used to hear a lot of implementations and all. Nowadays, means I came out of from Oracle applications, but I don't know like how the situation after coming the Fusion.
Day by day, the demand is increasing. I'm into this core, so I could see. So you just simple.
Hadoop technologies and all it came, right? So a lot of data is growing for every company.
Correct.
So still, are we able to maintain all those things in EBS in applications?
Which data are you referring?
Like in any transaction data history.
Yeah. See, we are able to, you know, since you are into this technology, we know very well. See, many companies follows this practice. We did for many clients also. What they do is, if they are generating very, very large volume of the data, simply they'll make a plan. They'll go with a cutoff plan, like they'll start archiving the data into other systems. They can play with the data, how they need historical data. They don't need to keep in the live database, right? They can archive it if the company is maintaining that level of that volume of the data. I could see that scenarios which we did for a few GE clients and other clients. Okay. No worries about it. It's everything can be managed in cloud.
And also, do you have anything like prediction, something, those type of tools also integrated here, or just
what data you are referring for prediction?
Like means machine learning kind of.
Yeah, see, those are like you can those are kind of cutting edge technologies. You can just connect to this and you can use it. Many companies are using. You take example, Oracle Digital Assistant. Did you come across with that?
No.
Simple. Now, if you are using iPhone, we use Siri, right? Voice interface. Now, the same you can implement for this Oracle application. Many companies, clients we did, I involved.
Okay, so you are going to help those type of like what are the applications?
Machine learning, okay, artificial intelligence, AI. We used artificial intelligence and machine learning, and we built bots, chat bots.
Oh, nice.
Okay, chat box, voice instructions, and text. Simple. I'll type supplier name. I'll type name like XYZ INC, get outstanding. It can read normal text. Okay, normal text. And it can respond immediately. It will list out complete information. I can do it from my mobile. So I no need to sit in front of system. I may sit in as a business user, I may sit in the cafeteria, I may step out from office, I may go here and there. No worries, I'll keep working. I can just give the voice interaction. We can put some kind of catching name for that bot. Hey, Mr. X, could you please show me in so-and-so inventory organization how much stock is available for so-and-so item? If I speak, it will fetch and it will display. Otherwise, you have to go with many clicks, many streams within the application. It's a big game. Now see, nowadays, the digital transformation is booming, right? The technology is evolving. So everybody is focusing on that.
Yeah,
right?
Everything is becoming simple and it is
Simple and
like,
smart and easy,
smart.
cost effective.
Correct. I mean, that is cost effective compared
Yes.
to Oracle applications. So many.
Yes. See,
apps, it is very-
Oracle also introduced that capability, and they are using the machine learning, okay, and artificial intelligence, and they are coming up with that. If any client interested or you are capable enough as a practice, I'm not talking about the individual consultant, as a practice, you have that mind set to come up. See, many companies, we did few projects, touchless supply chain management and touchless financials also. We drastically reduce the usage of the manpower resource, employees. So everything happens like how you use the WhatsApp. Yeah. So completely like the physical infrastructure, physical business, we replicated into system environment more than what generally many companies are using. That's how it is.
Okay. Yeah. Lastly, like we have like in multiple modules, right? So which one you prefer? Like if in every company, like if I applied, then I have to say like I'm GL consultant or cash.
Don't say like that. That doesn't work.
Only finance.
Your profile will have you will lose a weightage.
Yeah.
When you learn everything, what I am going to cover in our class, learn everything, that will keep you always in the demand.
Yeah, but most of the times like GL, CM, FA will be one consultant and APR will be different consultants. So,
when it depends on project size.
Okay.
Okay, the client is very large. I'll tell you simple example. I work for one of the client. Okay, in many projects, I am the only one resource to handle entire financials. In very few projects, we were 2 or 3 consultants to manage all financial modules. There was 2 projects I worked where our accounts payable team itself 10 members. Imagine what
Yeah,
hardly I
yes,
worked on only invoice process, nothing else, because they
Correct.
use a lot of scanning systems, this and that. Okay, so they have operations across globe, means more than 100 countries. I work for such kind of 2 clients. There our role is very limited. You will forget applications also.
Oh. Yeah,
For long
depends
period.
on work, lot of organization implementations and all it will be.
Yep. Yes. So this is how it works. See, when somebody is recruiting you, definitely they'll see the scope of you are capable enough to deal with entire finance. Once you take you inside, then they will align to the project where you are suitable or they are in need.
Yeah,
if you go with a prioritization before getting into company, it doesn't work. Your CV won't get shortlisted. In market, with experience or without experience, all people are trying for jobs by keeping all. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Fine. Any other questions, please?
Yeah, Lakshman.
One,
Yes.
Lakshman,
one
I have
last
one-
question.
Sorry. Anyone, please.
Yeah, carry on. I will ask later.
Great, Chetan.
Thank you. One last question is regarding this. The demand of this fusion in the market. If we are looking on the Asian bloc, India and all these countries. We have a demand for Fusion Cloud pretty much. But
Yes.
on the other side, on the North American side, I mean Canada or USA, do they have same demand for this
Same demand. Same
Fusion
demand.
Cloud?
See, I can see very pretty good market in APAC, EMEA, these regions, and US. Let's count the countries. Mostly you can see that many implementations happening in India and US and Europe countries and Middle East countries.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello, can I ask?
Yeah, Chetan, please.
Yeah, Lakshmi. Actually, I'm a chartered accountant.
Okay.
For me, freshers and all, they are offering around 10 lakhs package. If
Hmm.
we select this domain now, how much the scope, initial packages and all, just I want to know.
They may double or else you may get 5 more lakhs extra. That's it.
Okay. And
Let me talk about it offline. I'll pass the recording and I'll talk to you. Just give me a second.